My name's Justin Phiri. I'm from Lusaka, Zambia, Impact for Christ Ministries. To start with, my experience here has been amazing. I first saw iBoutique on Facebook, and you know, when you see something on Facebook and you actually see in person, I would say it's so amazing. My wife was here, I think 2 months ago, and she narrated how the place is and how she was received. She was given VIP treatment. I suppose from the airport, there were cameramen. So I thought I needed to experience the same feeling. I arrived here with a flight at 16 hours. I was received by a charming two gentlemen from the airport, and I felt I was very at ease because the welcome itself, they had to carry my bags, to open the car for me. I felt I was somebody special. I arrived here. When I arrived here, I was ushered into iBoutique. I was received by two ladies. The welcome I was given was a glass of juice. I think it must be an apple juice. Very long, like I was in a hotel which is reserved. So they introduced themselves, their names, and they welcomed me on behalf of the man of God, Prophet Philip Banda. I felt, yes, I'm welcome. In fact, this guest, it's really something to talk about, being received by the man of God. I felt very relieved. So they told me, they gave me some documents, welcome documents, and other documents which I needed to fill in. And I was left, and they said, if anything you need, relax. I took my time, just unpacked my things, and it was almost going for supper time. In fact, I was told the time for supper. But what was amazing was I didn't stick to the time. These ladies would come and fetch me for supper. They would knock my room, sir, it's time for supper. I went for supper. And there was variety of food, and I'm a person who chooses, you know. But what I saw was amazing. There was chicken, there was beef, there was everything. So they told me if I wanted a glass of juice or tea. I had my supper, and it was so nice. Then I was told to relax. I came back in my room, and the following day was on a Saturday. I woke up to a morning breakfast, because the rooms, I must mention, there's hot water. I'm one person who doesn't love cold water. The room, the shower, the table where you can relax, jot some notes if you feel like. It was so relaxing. So I went for breakfast. After breakfast, I was told there's Via Dolorosa, where there are 14 steps of the cross. I was taken by a gentleman by the name of Emmanuel. I went Via Dolorosa, but the amazing thing was I was told to carry a cross. So there were two crosses, a small one and a bigger one, so I opted for a small one. He said, no, carry the bigger one. I said, how am I going to manage? So I carried the bigger cross. It was heavy, and it was such an amazing experience, you know. We just read that Jesus Christ died on the cross. But what he actually went through, it was my first time passing through that, and I was humbled. Each station had its own writings, and it was referring to what I felt, because I was told that the cross that Jesus carried was 80 to 120 kg. But the one I carried, I was comfortable in my sneakers. Now I was just imagining Jesus Christ barefooted, he was being beaten. So it was quite a touching moment. After I came from there, it was towards lunch. I had my lunch, and I was told that man of God wanted to see me. I went briefly and had a talk with him. He welcomed me to say, no, feel free, you're welcome. We'll meet tomorrow for the Sunday service. I was really geared because the good part of this place is it has got nature and wildlife. I saw some monkeys passing about. And the trees itself, it's so, one needs to feel like comforting, you know. The environment itself is self-inviting, like to the presence of God. What I would advise them, the grace is right here. Where you cannot manage, God has brought it near. So it's up to us to make an effort and travel to South Africa, because what is in Israel is exactly what is here. So man of God has just replicate what is in Israel so that it's easier for those who can't manage to go to Israel and come to South Africa and experience those 14 steps of the cross. So the environment, as I said, is so welcoming, so peaceful, so relaxing. So on Sunday, I think in the morning I prepared myself. I love praise and worship. So I went there. It was praise and worship. After praise and worship, intercession. From intercession, when man of God came, what I liked about the Sunday message is what exactly was happening in my life. Man of God said, what you start, do you finish? And it was exactly what was happening in my life. I would start something, in the middle of it, I stop. I start something, in the middle of it, I stop. So when that message came, it was like man of God was speaking to me. I said, wow, I think God's time is the best. Because all along I was longing to come, but God's time is the best. So when I heard that message, after I came back in the room, I started reflecting. And the privilege, man of God prayed for everyone in church, and I was one of them who was prayed for. And I just said, a touch to me to change everything. And my desire was just a touch, and man of God prayed for me. So I felt very good. And when I came back in the evenings, I think I went to the prayer center just to reflect on the message. It was so nice that man of God sent a word to say, I need to go to the prayer mountain to go and pray for 4 hours. To me, it was something I didn't expect. But you know, God's ways are not our ways. So when I went to the prayer mountain, I was there from 20 to midnight. It was such an experience that I haven't experienced it. So when I just entered the mountain, the first thing that came into my mind is pray for your family. I prayed for my family. Then I came back. I slept. I thought it was over. The following day, man of God called me and asked me how was prayer at the mountain. I explained it. I experienced this and this. Then he said, today you also had to go for the prayers. I came to my room. I said, I'll wait for the instructions. I was called, say, no, man of God says, you go for 3 hours. And I said, oh, this is grace. So when grace is given, you don't miss it. So I went and prayed. And this time around, it was different. Because when I just entered the mountain, I don't know what came into me. I started crying. I cried. I couldn't hold myself. Then after crying, I just felt that I'm now free. And it was so amazing. And I just thank God for the life of man of God, Prophet Philip Banda, because he sees what we don't see. And for him to tell me to say, you go and pray for 4 hours, meaning God had spoken to him, and that was my chance. So I thought, no, I couldn't miss this chance, but to utilize this chance. And the staff here are so amazing, because I remember the second day when I went to pray, it was seemingly like it's raining. I was given an umbrella. No, in case there's rain, please get this umbrella. They're so amazing and so caring. So this place I would recommend anyone who wants to seek God, this is the place to be. I would encourage people who haven't experienced this, just to, when in life we need to be directed, because if you don't have someone to direct you, you never achieve in life. You never achieve, because even the message for Sunday was talking about David. God knew that David was unappointed. Even as man of God is there to direct us. When man of God spoke in your life, meaning God has allowed it. So I would encourage people out there to visit this place. Yes, they can check info at iBoutique.co.za. The information will come to them, and they'll definitely be here and they will be welcomed. I appreciate the man of God, Prophet Philip Banda. I appreciate God who has connected me to this man of God. When I joined Impact, I wasn't the way I am today. When I joined Impact, I wasn't driving. When I joined Impact, there were a lot of setbacks, but along the way, man of God has carried me along the way. Despite all my failures, he kept on encouraging me and my family. What I can say is, may God richly bless him. May God increase him in whatever his heart desires are. May God meet him at his point of need. Because if God grows him, we are also growing, because he carries us along. So I just want to thank man of God for the grace to come here, and just continue praying for him. May God add more years to him. Thank you very much.